And we do have online attorney at law C.J. Williams. C.J., you there?
Yes, sir. It was a pleasure to be in your program.
Yes,
I don't know
indeed.
why you called me, but thank you.
Yes, indeed. Happy New Year to you and your entire family.
Thank you very much,
Yes,
my two
indeed.
dogs. I appreciate it.
We know you're dealing with something with your client. We're just going to run this short clip so that way our viewers could have a clear understanding what transpired and that brought all of this together. Go ahead, Master Control.
You live here? You live here?
Yeah, I live here.
Right,
But where's the warrant?
That's no.
Where's the warrant?
have it in
Let me see it.
Yes. You have anything illegal? Hey, you have anything illegal?
No, I don't have nothing illegal. You inside the house already. Give me the warrant. Where? Where? Hey, stop it! You're going to attack me. No! 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 Hey!
All right. And of course, that was the voice of Yesenia Del Valle Gonzalez. Mr. Williams, what transpired there, just to bring us up to speed? The complainant said that apparently on the report, the 4th of January of this year, at around 7:30 p.m., at her home in Mount Lambert, a party of 4 presumed police officers alighted from a marked white and blue police vehicle, broke the lock to her gate, and entered into her yard without permission. Though not decisive, we are informed that based on certain interactions, compelled with the proximity of the virtual complaints room, that the party of officers may be attached to the St. Joseph police station. Tell us what's happening here.
Okay, sir. Of course now, the St. Joseph police station may actually have been in the news by a particular young lady where someone who was subject to a home invasion, she told the Trinidadians that, oh, so what? Your home was robbed. What you gonna do? Within the police? So I say that context for the simple context of, okay, within the conversations that Yesenia had, it was that these officers are from St. Joseph Police Station. No, it gets more interesting than that, because obviously now we saw the video, and in this particular video now, imagine this, sir. If police officers come to your home or your mother's home, they say they have a warrant. They do not show you the warrant, and when they do not show you this warrant now, right? They enter your home and abuse you, and then afterwards, when we're trying to find out, oh, we have the license plate number of the vehicle, then we hear the license plates may be fake. So we don't know if these are real officers and or not. However,
but what's interesting there, Mr. Williams, is that she's asking for the warrant in the video and being told, do you have anything illegal? I mean, so wouldn't the warrant outline exactly the reason and the purpose for being on her premises? I mean...
So therefore now, what we speak about here is the rule of law.
Right.
What is the rule of law in Trinidad and Tobago? How far have we moved from the rule of law in Trinidad and Tobago? Because when you see a video like this, it must bring chills down your spine, because I'm asking for a warrant. That's my right. The police standing orders says I must have 3 warrants. A copy of the warrant for the station, a copy of the warrant for the officers to go to execute that warrant, and another copy of the warrant to leave with the person whose home I'm going to check. That is simply how the law ought to operate. But again, what we see now is a flagrant disparity in that legal operational process. If these persons are police officers, if they are not police officers, it's a bigger concern, because then whatever was done was being done by a criminal element with a vehicle that looks just like a police vehicle under the color of law. That is wrong.
And basically,
so no matter what.
Go ahead. And you're asking the TTPS to verify
are these
all
real officers or not real officers? Point number 1, please, sir. Right? Because if they are real officers, suspend that guy one time immediately. And if they're not real officers, we have a bigger problem. You understand?
Yeah. And how has that been, I mean, how are things developing as far as that goes? I mean, getting some clarity on who these individuals were.
No, well, in terms of clarity and who these individuals were, a lot of times there's a delay. So, for example, right, like when they say that the criminal justice process in Trinidad and Tobago takes long, it's simply because we may write correspondence, but then there may be a delay in a proper response. So therefore now, we go to the communications arm of the Commissioner of Police Office. How are you communicating, especially in an issue like this, that has such severe implications for any normal Trinidadian citizen? Now, mind you, I don't wish to shift, but did you read about a report of some Venezuelan around in the Queen's Park Savannah who was shot and killed?
Yes.
Exactly. Your senior is also Venezuelan. So even when we see these attacks against Venezuelans in our country, even though when we see how they approach Venezuelans in Trinidad and Tobago, we need to ask the question, are we xenophobic in Trinidad and Tobago? We speak about being racial, about Indians and Africans. What about our Spanish nationals who are probably closer to us than Tobago? Are we xenophobic towards them? You understand? So all these things have international ramifications for the image of Trinidad and Tobago, which shall transcend to the socio-economic impact that potentially it could have on Trinidad and Tobago. Simply why? Who's my brother's keeper? How do I treat my brother? How do I treat my neighbor? How do I treat a Venezuelan?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I understand quite clearly, and I'm sure the viewers are trying to understand exactly, what is happening in our country. Now, reading this, it also said that her assault, which lasted about, although we just have this short clip, it lasted, if I'm correct me, an hour and a half?
Correct is right.
All right, and the assault only ceased when her husband returned home. On confronting, on confronting the officers, her husband was misinformed by officer number 3 that cocaine had been found at the premises.
Yes, cocaine, by your senior's house, cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine.
Come on.
And yet still the virtual complainant was never arrested, nor girls of any unlawful substances were found at the premises. And what was taken, I believe, was books.
Yes, books. Books are for records of whatever business she may do. Because she is a businesswoman also. So you come to my place, you tell me I traffic in humans. And I dare say, for me, personally, my career, and I say it very humbly, I am where I am because of Mr. Yesenia Gonzalez and our defense of Spanish nationals. You understand? So if anyone wants to come and say something bad about Yesenia Gonzalez, oh, you're trafficking in humans, come on. What substance are you on? So don't come my here looking for coke when probably whoever sent them are probably on coke. Sorry to put it so frank. You understand?
What does this case mean to you? You're a young attorney. You're going up.
Yes.
This is quite a challenge. But what does this mean for you that you dedicated yourself in ensuring that this is cleared up? And
so what does this mean to me?
Yeah.
And this means this to me. First, I based what it means to me on the United States Trafficking in Persons report. I base what it means to me on the United States Human Rights Report of Trinidad and Tobago. And what that report clearly states is that there are persons involved in high-level corruption, persons involved in the government. They actually said 2 officials of the government involved in high-level corruption towards trafficking in humans. What this means to me is that no matter what, when I know the work that we do, and that we want to go against these human traffickers, someone is getting desperate. Someone thinks the house is going to cave. Someone decides to attack an innocent grandmother, a vulnerable woman. Because why? They are desperate. So, what do I rely on? I rely on what the US says as evidence of corruption in Trinidad and Tobago towards these topics. And when persons are attacked, I see it as in Trinidad and Tobago as like, what are we doing? Why? Because if we do not comply with our human rights rules and regulations internationally to the United Nations, Trinidad and Tobago is on a waiver. This waiver is the first waiver ever granted to any country in the world from the US. So, any attack against a human rights defender, whether we accept it or not in Trinidad and Tobago, it has the potential to have a socio-economic impact on our economy.
And if you're saying basically that perhaps Ms. Gonzalez has stepped on toes,
Yes.
do you not fear for your own life, Mr. Williams?
Me? No, well, for example, I think I'll tell you a joke, it's probably funny. Because you remember now, right? When I was younger, I grew up seeing Sina Gonzalez as a psychic person.
Right.
So someone was, so like I'm in a group, not from college I went, right? So someone in the group chat, they wouldn't know I represent her. But someone in the group chat was saying, wow, she didn't see this coming. You understand? But what this says to me is, guess what? In Trinidad and Tobago, when travel advisories have been sent to the US citizens, to Canadian citizens, to foreign nationals that you may just be in the wrong place at the wrong time in Trinidad and Tobago, it is worse than that. You may be calculated, you may be attacked, right? And you just cannot predict what may happen simply because of the high level corruption and the high value. When you see actions like this, it's because a lot of money is involved. Trafficking in persons, a lot of money is involved.
Yeah.
So for me, for my safety, what I say I trust in God. If you want to kill me or come against me, come kill me. Come try your best to kill me. Because I cannot die unless God says it's my time to die. But when you attack a woman like Sina Gonzalez, may God bless you. And may you see God's face as soon as possible. That's my response.
You know, one of the comments that were made that's in the report here is that it was said that you think you're bigger than the Prime Minister. Take licks. I believe Ms. Gonzalez was pushed around. She collapsed as well.
Yes, she was pushed and collapsed.
And this has left her very much traumatized. I'm sure she's living in fear that any day. Go ahead.
No, let me tell you something. Yes, you think you're bigger than Prime Minister. You want to know why? Because Sina Gonzalez may be a member of a body of persons called the International Parliament of Human Rights, www.pidh.org. Right? Now, this group is a very powerful group actually. It's based in Venezuela. They have something called ECOSOC status. Probably only about two organizations in Trinidad and Tobago actually have ECOSOC status, and we are actually one. So therefore now, her ambit and remit is actually governed by United Nations, the Secretary General, and the Vienna Convention. Means that she has probably like diplomatic immunity, not probably, with the Parliament, because I see her card. She has diplomatic immunity because of the work she does with the International Parliament of Human Rights.
Right.
So that puts you somewhat in an untouchable position in Trinidad and Tobago. They can't arrest you for your work in human rights. They can't. So what they could do? The most they could do is try and scare you. No. Oh, you think you're bigger than the Prime Minister? If I ascribe the Prime Minister to have anything in this, the answer is no. I respect Mr. Keith, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. I respect him. However, if there may be persons below him, beneath him, involved in trafficking of humans, yes. If they may be threatened by the work Sina is doing, yes.
All right, so Mr. Williams, our time is up. However, I need to ask you, you are going to pursue this at all lengths until you get answers.
Of course, because if they could tell Sina, my number one important partner in this fight against human trafficking, then they could come against me. Then they could come against my junior attorneys. Then they could come against anyone who wants to take a stand for a vulnerable person in society. And that must stop.
Must stop.
It's a David and Goliath battle, but we'll be David. And we'll kill Goliath.
All right. Thank you so much again. Best of luck to you and your entire team. And please, we do want answers on this. As citizens of this country, we demand to have some sort of transparency as to what took place on this said evening of January 4th of this year. And we do wish your client all the best. Hope that she gets better soon. We know she's traumatized. I mean, and we saw it in the video. I mean, it doesn't look good. But again, we will be speaking with you and giving the nation an update on how this transpires.
I thank you very much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. And I hope as a country, we can take a stand as to any attack against any citizen or non-citizen under the color of law.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Okay?
Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye.
Have a pleasant night.